My lower back feels a little bit tight, so I'm going to use 2 pillows underneath my sit bones this morning, and just hopefully that it enables you to feel a nice sense of lift through your spine, and it allows your hips to feel a little bit more open this morning. So for me, cross-legged is comfortable, but if it's not comfortable for you, then just take one foot round to the side, so you're kind of in what I call mermaid pose. You can take both feet a little bit further forwards, so the soles of the feet are connected, the knees can open and relax. You can even straighten your legs all the way out, whatever feels good. So make sure that you do feel comfortable and you do feel that sense of lift underneath you. So this morning our practice is probably going to be a little bit more static more than anything. So because I said I want to work on neck, head, neck, shoulders, chest and upper back, it's really quite tricky to move all of those areas and have a real flow. So we're probably going to do about 15 minutes of the head, neck and shoulder practice. So lengthening all the way up through the spine, just relax the palms to your knees and let your eyes close. So just allowing your eyes to soften. If it's not comfortable to close your eyes or that invokes that sleepy feeling within you, then maybe just soften your gaze towards the floor. I invite you to close your eyes or keep your gaze soft throughout as much of this practice as you can, finding that lovely depth of breath as you inhale and exhale through the nose. And as you find that lovely rhythm of breath, just very slightly begin to move your head around in any way that feels comfortable to you. Nice and slowly. Immediately you'll notice the areas that flag as pinchy or as open or somewhere in between. I know if I've had a really pants night's sleep, my neck is the first thing to know about it. So doing this kind of practice in the morning really allows me to just feel a little bit more like I have space, like I have a neck, rather than like this. So taking a nice deep inhale, you're going to circle the arms, reach the hands all the way up over the head. Keep lifting nice and high through the body. You're going to keep your right hand over your head. Let your left hand come all the way down towards the floor. Take a nice deep breath in. As you lift and extend, you almost want to rotate your pinky finger in slightly so the palm of your hand faces to the opposite side. Inhaling here, feel that lovely length through the side body, and then bring your forearm and your palm over and around your head so your right palm connects to the left side of your face. Try and keep the spine really long and straight, even the neck. Inhale and then exhale. Let the head go all the way over to the left. So keeping your left arm relaxed as your head goes over to the right. Just feel all the way down the left side of your neck, across the top of the shoulder, maybe even into the arm. There's that pull. Taking some really nice, long, deep breaths here. And feel as though it's physically possible to breathe into whatever tightness you feel. Feel as though your inhale expands this tight space. And your exhale allows it to soften. And you're not pushing your head down with your hand. It's just the very natural weight of your palm and your arm that allow this stretch to reach all the way over. And we're going to take 3 more deep breaths on this side. Allowing your exhale to be just as long as your inhale. So both sides of the breast mirror one another in length. And then as you inhale, just lift your head slightly. You're going to turn your gaze towards your right knee and bring your hand all the way around towards the back of your skull. Inhaling to lift is a very slight shift, and then exhale, draw the head down. You want your chin to really come in to the very far right side of your chest as you drop the forehead down nice and low. And you should be able to feel that the stretch has gone from the side of your neck and has now made its way all the way around towards the back of your neck. So that big muscle that runs alongside the spine, it's the top of the top of the erector spinae muscles, which basically keep your spine nice and long and strong. But this is where we carry the tension. So if you've immediately come into this stretch and you're like, oh my goodness, that's really, really tight, what I really like to do, especially in the morning, is use the pads of my fingers and just draw very small circles, starting right at the base of the neck, where you feel the origin of the tightness, and then just sort of massage all the way up towards the base of your skull. You make your way slowly with those lovely little circles all the way up until you get to the occipital ridge, which is basically the very base of your skull. And you can, if you want to, just slide and put a tiny little bit of pressure into that little ridge there. And once you've reached the top, take a deep breath in, release that left hand back down to the floor, and then exhale, just see if you can drop the chin and the forehead a little bit lower. And then inhaling, lifting nice and high. Again, you're just going to shift the hand very slightly. So bring that right palm around. You want to cup the base of your skull with your hand. So your fingers reach round to the side and the base of your palm is round the other side. Pressing the left fingertips into the floor. Just lift and open the chest here, turning towards that right knee with the center of your chest. And then exhale here, you're going to squeeze, bring that elbow all the way around and close it off so you feel that lovely twist through the spine. Do that twice more, inhaling to lift and open. Exhaling to come all the way around and close it off. Inhaling one more time. Exhaling, close it off. Inhale, come straight back to center. You're going to then lean into that left palm and take a lovely side body stretch. So lift that elbow all the way up as you bend into your supporting elbow and find a lovely stretch here. Keeping that twist. Inhale, let your head rotate to the sky and drop your head into your hand. And then exhale, draw a really big semicircle with that elbow and reach it down towards that left knee. Again, twice more. Inhaling to lift, rotate nice and high, leading with the chest. And then exhale, coming all the way over and down. Nice big inhale. And then this time as you exhale, come all the way down. You're just going to let that right hand tap down onto the left knee. Inhale as you rise, slide the left fingertips in behind you. You can press them into the pillow. So I've got quite a lot of pillow space behind me. So I'm just going to press into the pillows with the left hand. Lifting nice and high as you inhale. And then exhale, deepen that twist and turn to face over that left shoulder. So what we've done through the neck and the head can now make its way all the way down through the layers of the spine, all the different vertebrae. Inhaling, feel that expansion all the way through your rib cage, your chest and your belly, and then exhale, come all the way back to center. And just place your palms to your knees and feel the difference between your left side and your right side. I always feel a little bit like this, like I'm really lopsided. And then as soon as you're ready, if you need to refresh the legs, I always like to swap them round. So I put my other foot in front and it just redistributes the weight a little more evenly, so you're not always leaning into that front ankle. So we're going to go to the other side, lengthening through the spine, hands to the knees. Then inhale, circle the arms, reaching them all the way up over the head. This time you're going to keep your left hand nice and high. Right hand comes all the way down towards the earth. Pressing the fingertips down again, lift and lengthen. So this is the side that we've already begun to stretch through slightly. Easing all the way through the neck and the shoulder. There should feel like there's a nice amount of space between the neck, the top of the shoulder and the arm. And then exhale, bring that left forearm and palm over the head so that the left palm connects to the right side of your face. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, tipping the head all the way over to the side. So again, once you feel like you've got this position, close your eyes. There's nothing to look at. I'm not going to be doing anything differently. You can really allow that the closing of the eyes is like a shutting off from looking for outward distraction. Our minds have this really annoying habit of trying to keep us busy all the time. The fluctuations of the mind basically mean that it's constantly trying to keep us distracted. Which means when we when we do things with mindfulness, focusing on the breath, it feels very difficult because we're used to giving in to that, what we call in yoga, monkey mind. Thoughts. And we're jumping from thought to thought like a monkey jumps from tree to tree. Constantly on the go, constantly keeping busy. So again, just feel for the next couple of breaths here. Feel as though you can breathe into that tightness that you feel all the way down the right side of the neck. Maybe even into the arm. Keeping that right arm nice and heavy. Take a deep breath in, rise up just enough to then shift that hand, swoop it round to the back of your skull as you bring the left side of your face nice and close to the left upper arm. Kind of like you're trying to smell your underarm. That's basically what you're doing here. Inhale, lift and lengthen all the way up, and then exhale, drop the chin really close into the far left side of your chest here, and then drop your forehead nice and low. So again, you should feel that stretch having shifted from the side of your neck, going all the way around towards the back of your neck. This side's a little bit tighter for me today, so I'm just going to use my fingertips, start right at the base of your neck, and then find that big muscle where you most likely feel the tightness and tension, and just draw some really small concentric circles going all the way up towards the base of the skull, that occipital ridge. It should feel quite nice to be able to ease. Sometimes just drawing a straight line on top of the muscle with your fingertips right up to the ridge of the skull feels lovely. Kind of like you're accentuating the length that you can find in that muscle. And then as soon as you're done, you can just let that right hand relax all the way back down. Inhaling. Exhale, see if you can squeeze the chin closer in towards the chest and reach the forehead forwards a little bit more. Really extend that stretch. Take a deep breath in. And then coming all the way up, you're going to take your left palm now, bring it around the back of your skull. So again, base of the palm over one side and then fingers reaching over to the other side. Inhale to lift and lengthen. We're going to come into our little twist here. So don't put any weight onto that right hand just yet. We're going to inhale, open through the chest, turn it towards your left knee. And then exhale, bring it over and across and close the elbow towards the right side. 2 more times. Inhaling, lift and open through the chest. And then exhale, close it off and bring it across. Last time here, inhaling. And exhaling. Again, bring it all the way across, lifting nice and high. Just turn back to center. Then place all of your weight onto that right palm as you come into a side body stretch. The more you lift your left elbow, the more you want to bend your right elbow. So you find that lovely balance. So if you're up quite high, then your top elbow is not going to be much higher over your head, and your supporting arm's going to be nice and long. But should you want to, you can bend much deeper into that elbow. Inhale, rotate the head nice and high so you feel your hands take a little more weight of the head. And then exhale, draw that lovely big semicircle all the way over and down. Elbow reaches towards the knee. Inhaling, lift all the way up and over. Exhale, coming all the way over and down. One more time. Try and treat this kind of like a movement massage. And then as soon as you're ready, let the left hand come down to the right knee. Inhale, coming all the way up. Your right fingertips go behind your back. I'm just pressing them into the pillow, but you can press them into the floor. And then lifting and lengthening as you inhale. Exhale, twist and deepen, gazing over your back shoulder. So here you want to imagine a really lovely visualization for me. I'm a very visual learner. When you're in a pose like this, certainly a spinal twist, you want to imagine that your spine is kind of like a corkscrew. So it's really long and straight, but there's that twist that winds all the way up through it. So you want to keep that length. You don't want to lean into that back hand and tilt back or tilt forwards. You want to keep your shoulders over your hips and just rotate through the spine. Inhaling one more time. Exhale, coming all the way back. Let's just circle the arms, reaching them all the way up over the head. Feel the shoulders squeeze down. So you really want to squeeze the shoulder blades down your back. And let's just rock back onto the sit bones. We're going to take the feet forward. So wiggle through the toes, really flare through them, point and flex. I'm going to do a little bit with the hamstrings in a moment, but we're going to move on to the shoulders. So just take a deep breath in. You're going to cactus the arms. Keep moving your feet here, especially if they feel a little bit cool or tingly. Your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Your hands are above your elbows. Taking a nice deep breath in, squeeze those shoulder blades together, and then exhale, close. You want to curve through the back. Bring your palms together and see if you can squeeze your forearms together. That is, for some people, harder than it looks. Just do that twice more. Inhaling to open. Really flare through the fingertips here. And then exhale, bring the palms and the elbows as close together as you can. Feel free to dip your chin to your chest. One more time. Inhaling to open and widen across the chest. And then exhale, close it in. Palms and elbows nice and close. Head dips down. Inhaling, lifting nice and high. Just lower the hands to heart center and then grab something that looks like a tie, something similar, nice and strong, nice and secure for the arms. So you're going to stretch the tie out in front of you. Your hands definitely want to be wider than your shoulders. So if I lower down, you can see that there's that lovely kind of V shape. You're going to inhale, lift your arms all the way up over your head, pulling the tie nice and tight. Make sure your elbows are soft. You don't want to extend them too much. Shoulders sliding down the back. Let the arms reach up and back behind you and just go as far as you can, and then drop your chin down towards your chest. And you just want to move, draw little like semicircles with your chin across your chest. Feeling that lovely tilt, that lovely rotation. And then inhale, bring the shoulders all the way back. We're going to forward fold and then hook your feet with the tie. Inhale, lift and lengthen through the chest. Notice my feet are not jammed together. There is a little bit of space here. Inhale, lift and then stretch from your lower back and come all the way down. Try and reach your chest as far down your legs as you can as you then release through your head. Inhaling. Feel the back of your rib cage flare out and up. Release through the head. And we're going to do that twice more. So inhale, lift and lengthen. Stretch the hands out, reaching all the way up. Lifting nice and high. Reach the arms up and back as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. So let the arms reach back as far as they can. What you don't want to happen is sort of this, like you're trying to step through. You just want both shoulders to stay level at all times. And use the shoulder blades to squeeze back. If anyone's ever done archery, you really want to use those shoulder blades for this. It's exactly the same sort of feeling. Inhale, lift all the way up and over, bringing the hands forwards, lasso around the feet, pull the thighs nice and tight as you lift high, and then exhale, folding over and down. Maybe keep that ripple. We've not done too much in the way of flowing this morning, so as you inhale, just let your spine lift and lengthen, chest and gaze open up and out, and then exhale, fold and release all the way down. Imagine your back is like a wave, lifting and then lowering. And we're just going to do that little sequence one more time. So again, stretch that thigh all the way up, reach up, take the hands all the way up and back. Remember, soften those elbows, don't lock them here. As you exhale, just see if you can go that little bit further, really opening across the front of the shoulders. Inhaling. And then exhale, bring the hands forwards. You can use the thighs here, or if you want to hold the shins, the ankles or around the soles of the feet. Might feel a little bit easier to grab lower on the legs now that we've done those stretches. Taking one more deep breath in here. And then inhaling again to roll all the way up. So we've been very static for the majority of our class. You're going to come up off of your pillows. You're going to place them to the side, and we're actually going to end with our flowing sequence. So I think we've got about 5 minutes left. So we're going to do one of my favourite morning warm-up sequences, Shakti Kriya, which basically means rising cleanse. So it's something that you can do with your body when you rise up out of bed to feel a little more connected to your body. So you start in tabletop position, knees aligned under the hips and hands aligned under the shoulders. As you inhale, you come into your cow pose, scooping your back, dropping your belly, and open your chest and gaze forward. Soften through those elbows. Exhale, reverse the curve, lifting all the way up into your cat stretch. Squeezing your chin nice and close to your chest, spreading across those shoulders. Inhaling back to neutral. You're going to tuck the toes under here, sit all the way back towards your heels, so it's like an active child's pose. You get that lovely stretch all across the soles of the feet here. Inhale again, just soften through the elbows. You're going to slide your hands as far forwards as you can, dropping your chest towards the earth, and then inhale, ripple all the way up again like a wave, coming forwards. Relax the toes as you roll all the way down onto your mat. Inhale, rise, slide your forearms forwards, coming into your Sphinx pose. Alternatively, if you want a higher lift, you can take your hands off the edges of the mat and lift a little bit more of your belly here. Soften through those shoulders wherever you are. Inhaling. Exhale, lower all the way down, hands in underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale, ripple all the way up and back into your downward facing dog. As always, first down dog of the practice of the day. Take 5 deep breaths and move in any way that makes you feel more comfortable here. Noticing how the hamstrings feel, how the back, the shoulders feel. If you soften through the elbows a little bit here, you feel a lovely amount of length through your neck and your head. Really let it hang here. And really feel that lovely stretch all the way through your back. Try and lift your sit bones a little bit higher. Inhaling, lifting the heels, come all the way down to the knees, back to tabletop. And we're going to do that sequence twice more. Inhaling, cow pose, belly down, chest and head forwards. Exhale, cat, spine up, chin to chest. Inhaling, back to neutral, tuck the toes under, sit back, stretch through those feet. Inhaling. Exhale, walk the hands forwards, palms flat, fingers spread, chest lowers. Inhale, push down into the ground with your toes. Relax the tops of the feet as you ripple forwards, nice and slowly coming all the way down. Lengthen the neck. Inhale, rise, sphinx, forearms or cobra resting on the palms. And then exhale, coming all the way down, hands in under the shoulders. Tuck the toes again to lift all the way up and back. Downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Try and find a light connection to the core so that your back isn't doing all of the work. You can draw that navel back to the spine. Let that head hang nice and heavy. Press through the palms and the fingertips so that your heels of the hands are taking the brunt of this stretch. Feel your heels getting that little bit heavier. I've been practicing yoga for like 15 years. My heels still don't touch the floor because my Achilles tendons are so tight. What last time? Inhaling, coming up to down. Lifting those heels to lower the knees back to tabletop position. I'm going to talk a little bit less this time, so try and use your intuition. Inhaling, cow pose, belly down. Exhaling, cat, spine high. Inhale, neutral. Tuck the toes, stretch the feet, child's pose. Slide those hands forwards, chest down. Inhale, wave it forwards, relax the toes, ripple down. Inhale, your choice, sphinx, cobra, lifting high through the chest. Maybe you want to just peek over each shoulder, finding that lovely contraction and extension. Exhaling, coming all the way down, hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift, downward facing dog. Two more breaths. And inhaling, lift the heels to lower the knees. Widen the knees out to the edges of the mat. Bring the big toes together. Sit back into your child's pose. Relaxing the tops of the feet into the mat and the forehead down if that feels comfortable. And this is where we're going to end our practice today. So keep the head and the chest melting into the earth. Relax through the hands, the fingers and the palms. Relax the elbows down. Feel the space around your head and neck. One of my favorite things to do here is roll my head from side to side. So if I move my arm back, you can see. And you just get a lovely pressure massage from the floor. So anything that's weighing heavy on your mind, it's almost like you can massage it out with this very gentle movement. We're just taking 2 more breaths here. Feeling the heaviness of the hips reaching back towards the heels. And then inhaling, walking the hands all the way back so they're in front of your knees, just coming to a nice tall, seated, kneeling position, rolling all the way up. Feel the space through your body, your ability to sit higher. And then inhale, circle the arms, connect the palms over your head. Exhale, lower the hands down to heart center, bowing the head very slightly. As always, I'm going to close our practice with a mantra, an Om. I hope you enjoy. Namaste. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time and your practice, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.